There was a gig that I did last year, which was really cool. Do you know Virgin Airlines? Do you know the,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So, the same company, Virgin, they're trying to dive into a new market, a
Yeah,
market
they're in
that,
a thousand things.
yeah, yeah. But this one, they're trying to make commercial spaceships,
Sure.
right?
Virgin Galactic.
Yeah, exactly, Virgin Galactic. And I got a gig. It was through, I think, about, was it About Faces? I think it was About Faces. They let me do a gig over at for their Christmas party, you know, and it was interesting because like I was there, you know, I didn't think like it was like a real thing, or I thought it was like gonna be like a really small like office or something like that. But I go and it's like Disneyland, bro. They got
Yeah,
like a whole
sure.
friggin' like college campus, right?
Like a
With like,
hangar, I'm sure they're making spaceships.
yeah, yeah.
I did a similar situation. I did a defense contractor here in LA, and
Mhm.
they make hypersonic missiles. And we did like the company picnic, and they had
Oh,
a mobile launcher with the launch tubes as kind of the centerpiece
oh,
of the thing. I mean, it was like you see on television, this enormous truck, bigger than any truck you've ever seen, like bigger than a semi, with huge, huge wheels and kind of a Call of Duty like blocky look, and then
no
these
way.
enormous cylindrical tubes. The tube was up at like a 45-degree angle. The tubes, you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
see
yeah.
that they could go all the way up. It was crazy. You know what I
That's
mean?
pretty cool. Oh my gosh. There was another gig that I did. It was about a year ago. So funny enough, we were talking about how like, you know, one gig or one like interaction can lead to like many other gigs down the line, like I said with Casey. So I was doing a market called Monrovia Night Market. I'm still doing it, but while I was there like last year in maybe February, I talked to this guy. His name was Ali, a really cool guy, and I was drawing his sons, and we were just talking right about just art and stuff like that. And then he just mentioned that he worked at Razer, and then I'm like, like shaving, and it's like, no, 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 Razer, like Razer scooter, and I'm like, oh, like for real? At the time, I didn't believe him because I don't know he told me that like yeah I'm like employee number like
You
three, like
you
I was
yeah,
there
you gave him a razor screw. He said, "Papa Wheelie, show me."
no, but it was so funny. He didn't look like the seat like the board of directors type or like the inventor type, right? I mean, him and his boys look like, you know, skater bros. I mean, that's probably what you look like being at Razer. You'd be a skater bro, something like that. But I don't know why they didn't click for me at the time. So he just gave me like, you know, told me like, yo, if we have like, you know, anything coming up at the headquarters, like we'll have you come over and, you know, do drawings. I'm like, "Yeah, okay." You know, I like I said, I didn't believe him at the time. But fast forward maybe 2 or 3 months, I get a call right while I'm out on the road, and then I look at my caller ID, and it says Razor USA, and I'm like, okay. So I picked it up, and then it's this nice lady just telling me, hey, so one of our board members, you know, mentioned that you do drawings and wanted to know if you want to come for our 25th anniversary party, and I'm like,
Sure.
yeah, sure, why not? But in my like in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'd like to do that. But in my heart, I was like,
Yeah.
cool. Like it was like I've never like gotten a gig like that before, like on my own, because the Virgin Galactic was through a different organizer, but this one I was able to get on my own, which is really cool. And so we talked numbers. I was super excited. I gave him like a good package deal on stuff like I'll draw them like even after my time is up, like I'll do a few more drawings for like anybody that missed, like the organizers. And what was it? My buddy Ali, we're friends now, and he mentioned that like he'll hook me up with like a few Razor products if I ever am in the need. But like I haven't been in the need because I've just been on the road for so
Well, if
long.
I ever see you razor scootering
Yeah,
down Venice Boulevard, I'll throw a rock at you. So yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
It's like, hey,